City's legendary trumpet players is leaving the bachelor life behind him with a proposal at his afternoon gig in the books.
Hope she say yes.
Well, she did say yes. Kermit Ruffins popped the question to his girlfriend Harmonice during his set at the Treme 7th Ward Arts and Culture Festival. The couple have a baby girl together, Blossom Ruffins. She was born prematurely with a spinal cord injury after her mother was shot while pregnant. The bullet grazed baby Blossom's spine, leaving her paralyzed from the belly button down with fragments of the bullet still lodged in her kidney. Kermit and Harmonice say the birth of their baby bonded them more than ever, and they can't wait to take this next step.
Blossom, my God, Blossom, just the idea of finally good news throughout the city, a marriage proposal at a festival in the most vibrant neighborhood in America, the Treme, and Blossom, Harmonice, I mean, I can't even put into words how blessed I am. And I bless me all that we're here today.
The couple continued the celebrations with an after party at Ruffins' Treme Bar, the mother-in-law lounge. As for the ring, he says this is just the engagement rock and that there is more to come at the wedding.